Hi everyone, I am Nitika. So today I'll be giving you a brief overview on how ArcGIS Maps for Office work. So when we talk about the location analytics, so everything is linked with the location. So when we think like 80% of the data has a spatial component. And whenever in the today's world we talk about the in terms of information technology, there are a lot of buzzwords we talk about in terms of data, that is big data, cloud, or consumerization, or big data analytics, or business analytics. So now the data has become the pervasive in most public and the private sectors. And most of the people, by looking into the spatial component, they can understand like what's going inside the data, what are their patterns, how it's behaving, and all this can be done integrating with the location component. The analytics system, like if we talk about the business analytics, it turns an organization data into an actionable information by discovering and illustrating patterns, trends, and relationship in tabular business data. Industry analysts are suggesting that demand for mapping and geographical intelligence is emerging as an important segment of business analytics software category. And Esri has built a simple and powerful solution for the location analytics space, which is known as the Maps for Office. It helps in extending the business analytics. It also helps in sharing the data, mapping, and spatial analytics. It complements with a full of library of the geographical continent for enrichments that makes it is easy to use and inexpensive. And users which are not GIS professional or very basic users can immediately make use of maps and the data contained in the business analytics. ArcGIS Maps for Office is basically designed for the analysts who spend much of their day using tools such as BI or Excel and see patterns and relationships in the transactional data. They can itself use the self-service mapping software and see the simple spatial analytics that are delivered with the analytical patterns, and they can use in every day-to-day operations and day-to-day activities. Whether it is an operational manager or whether it is a task manager or it is a marketing analyst, they can use this Maps for Office and they can make decisions taking these into the system. It will help in saving the time, and they can visualize the data along with the locations and give the location-based insights into which they can generally do not miss having the location feature. So Maps for Office is included with the ArcGIS Online as well as the ArcGIS Enterprise subscription. So if you have a named user, you can just download Maps for Office software and it plugs into an Excel and PowerPoint. Once you sign in with the new named user, its credentials helps you activating the Excel features. So there is no separate add-on you need to add on Excel. Once you install the installer, it will enable the capabilities of the mapping inside the Excel as well as in the PowerPoint. PowerPoints can add these features into it centers around the ArcGIS, and using the PowerPoint, you can see the dynamic and interactive maps also that an Office overview gives. So let's look how this will look in an Excel Microsoft platform. So this is my Excel environment. I have installed the Microsoft Excel and also on top of that ArcGIS Maps for Office. Once you install the ArcGIS Maps for Office, you can see in this tab there's an ArcGIS Maps tab comes, and on the top of the bar there is ArcGIS Maps for Office tabs also come. It automatically enabled in the Maps for Office environment. You can automatically take any Excel and it will enable you the different features of the Maps for Office. Let's say first you need to have a sign in into an organization account. You can just sign in and you need to give the credentials into the username and password. It will enable and link with the ArcGIS credentials. And then once I have logged in, you can see there's another feature and the capability of adding map is being available in the software. Now with the add map, you can see the map and the Excel data in a single window. You can also arrange these maps. So let's see how this has enabled the platform capability. So when we talk about the map for office, now I've seen like earlier we used to work with a desktop-based system where only files were there. And how it has come as a capability for a platform-based app, it has been enhanced to the server-based environment where the people were using, or some of the people are still on the server-based environment where they are connected to database. But now Esri has evolved with the WebGIS environment where you can have all the desktop-based, web-based and the device-based app which is linked with the common environment and some of the online content and the services which is coming into the centralized system. This has enabled all the applications to work in a single enterprise environment and they can share data with their organization, and a lot of people in their organization can share information and can update it with the latest information. How this is WebGIS works and what are the major parts of the apps, let's see that. What are the apps and how this can be fit in an ArcGIS platform. So we have seen like Maps for Office. So this is one of the applications. These apps are the part of the WebGIS. WebGIS enables ArcGIS platform to everyone in the organization. These apps are very focused for a specific workflow or a specific way of interacting with the ArcGIS. In case of Maps for Office, we make it very easy. So you don't have to be GIS expert to be working with maps, publish maps and share them to people in your organization. They help people solve problems. So most of the time people think when we talk about the app, this would be a mobile app where we need to install it on a mobile and start working on it. But when we talk about the ArcGIS, there are multiple kinds of apps, whether it's a mobile app, these are some desktop-based apps, and some are the web-based apps. Like we have seen Maps for Office is one of the apps. These apps enable the organization or the platform in the organization where they can share their data with a number of people and to meet their specific needs. We have tools that user can take advantage to build their own apps. These apps are the key parts of the WebGIS. So, if we talk about the traditionally, GIS was lived with one or two main areas, like earlier only the IT team or a web designer to the developers or operational managers were using the GIS-based app. But with having the capability of the ArcGIS Map for Office inside the Microsoft products, which are always like most of the organizations have every user installed with these Microsoft products of Excel and PowerPoint in their laptops and the desktop. Now everyone can get benefit of the location component. Everyone has Excel. By combining with their web mapping platform of the ArcGIS, they can enable everyone throughout the organization to have a capability to make maps, and it will help in saving their time and money also to get the complete information what is there in their data sets. And then starting from the CEO till the sales team can get the benefit of the location analytics. Why we should pay attention to these apps? So these apps are not specific for the GIS professionals. These are if you are a manager in an organization, these apps allow you to leverage the full potential of the GIS industry. It allows you to get access most of the people what they are working, they can share their work, they can do the simple mapping, simple spatial analysis, and they can share their authoritative data with an organization. So it is very beneficial for the scientists, veterinarians, business analysts, all the people in the organization who are not GIS professional can easily use and get the benefit of these apps. They can easily access the Excel-based features and update the shared layers and enable that into their organization credentials. It helps the GIS usage, and also in an organization it promotes the GIS usage also. So let's see what are the few capabilities and the major capabilities which consist of ArcGIS Maps for Office. So it is an application integration. So it is one of the apps, it's a part of a WebGIS that enables the Esri location platform. It is Maps for Office. It can quickly create dynamic, interactive maps of your Excel data, and you can start exploring your data in a whole new way. It works very well with the Microsoft and specifically with the product which we'll be covering in a more detail in a later slide. Maps for Office helps us in visualizing our data in a new ways. Either you can directly add data from your Excel, you can layer the data. As you see in the diagram, you can create these little bit spatial analysis also like heat maps. You can create the cluster points. So if you have a large chunk of data where you are not get the understanding in the Excel, like what is it and what is the distribution of data sets are there. With the location component, you can understand like how it is located, what are the patterns it is showing. It can help you in analyzing the data spatially, like you can identify the nearby spots or you can run the hotspot analysis. It helps in collaborating the data with the peers, like you can share this data to ArcGIS. Also, you can copy these maps in your presentation slides and you can create the interactive presentations also. And it will help you telling your story better in a presentation way to your management. We use Excel like database. We make out our data, and where the data is like analyst can take any of the data and add the multiple information like it has a capability like where you can add the demographics information in the same data sets, and where you get the insights like what's happening in terms of whether it's a ratio of the population of a male or female, or whether it's an income ratio, or what is the expenditure behavior of the people. So with the adding of the this demographic data, it will give you more insights in the data. What are the key features which are there in these ArcGIS Maps for Office? So it will, first of all, if you have any of the data which has a geographical component, it will help in geo-enabling or a geocoding of your spatial content. If you have a data in terms of coordinates, let's say you have a latitude and a longitude, or based on the geography, let's say you are working on a global data set, you have a country information, you have a zip code information, you can all set all kinds of data you can use in this Maps for Office. You can geo-enable and directly see in your Excel the data and how it is linked in the maps. You can bring adding the demographics to the data. You can give the content of the information which you are seeing. You can interact side-wise with the Excel and the maps. And you can ability to select the rows. Let's say we have done some analysis from a particular store in a 10 kilometer. How many existing customers are there? The same customers you can directly highlight in the Excel also, and you can export and give it to your manager. So same way, it is an interactive way how you can link and map and the sheets together. You can curate the data, you can share the data, and you can play with your data in the back and forth, and you can create interactive PPTs with your data. We have seen like how we can get started with ArcGIS Map for Office. This is an easy installer. You just need to install that add-in. It will automatically bring up this tab of ArcGIS Maps in your Excel. And you need to enable with the organization login. What is the benefit of enable with the ArcGIS organization login? If you have this ArcGIS in organization login, it enables the mapping tool, and also you can bring the data which is linked to your organization. So let's say you have some data which is already there in your ArcGIS organization account. You can bring that data also along with the Excel data. So you can amalgamate 2 or 3 types of data into a Excel also. And with this, these all capabilities come up. Like you can add data, you can add all the capabilities which are accessed in a map window. And then you can also add your organization or your portal data, and also some of the living content which is being available by the ArcGIS. You can also access that data. These are the ones you enable the sign in. You can get all these features enabled and activated. So the add map, you can add the map. And It will also add and bring, once you install this software, it will bring an add-in to the PowerPoint also. Same way in the Excel you have bring that add-in, it will be enabling an add-in to PowerPoint presentations also. It will be having a similar UX environment. Even a non-GIS expert can very work well with the location data. And you can perform the simple spatial analysis. It has the characteristic of the infographics and reporting. So if you add any kind of demographic data to this, you can create the infographics and reportings also from this. The very good part of this is you can share this data to your organization account. So there is a button where whatever the analysis you have done, you can share with your organization, which will be part of your ArcGIS Enterprise or online. And this can be shareable by person, which will be available to everyone in the organization based on their usage. And then you can create interactive dynamic maps with your organization data. How we can add the Excel data into the map. This is an Excel. And then there's a various ways how we can add these data. Either it is through the coordinates, through the addresses, through the geographies, and also it is considering the projection systems. All these are part of this data. So if you can see, like, whether it is an Excel data sets, whether it's specific columns, specific cell ranges, name ranges, you can enable anything which you want in the maps. And you can style the data how you want, whether it is through the different columns which are already existing in your Excel, wanted to base on that you do this map styling. You can do that on also. You can take it as a single feature also. So let's see in the demo how you can add the data. So let's say this is one of the Excel. So one of the important part, like how you wanted to have some data. So let's say we have this data.gov.insights, and I have, let's say I am working for one of the institution which is Tanuvas, it's the Tamil Nadu Veterinary and Animal Science University. It has a lot of institutions which are registered under this. And I wanted to see how many kinds of institutions which are there under register. So we can, like, this data is openly available. You just need to click on this data and it will give the information about the institutes which are registered under this. And you just easily can download the CSV from this. So it is like this. Either you can download in a CSV or different formats are there, or an Excel format are there. So we have downloaded this data which is available to you. So this is this data. So you can see it has the type of institution, name of unit, address, district, and also the location component which is there. That is the XY. You can see it is the latitude, and in this next column there you can see there is a longitude information, the landline numbers, email ID. So all these we can see like which type of institutions are there. So how we can see like where these are situated, and where we can also associate some of the already existing colleges to the Tanuvas society. So let's say I wanted to see what the distribution of data set is there. So you can see in this, let's say, maps for office, I need to just click and add map. It has enabled these capabilities. This is the tab where you can see the first one is showing the layers and the legend, and third one is the add data from the Excel. Once I click add data from Excel, it is asking for the data set, location type, and cell range. So let's say we can keep the specific column of the latitude, longitude also, or I can give the range also. When I click on the select range, it is asking me to select. As I done the selection of ranges, you can see it has taken automatically the coordinates column which is there. So I can match also columns if it is not taking automatically. I can match these columns through this. So it has like longitude and latitude, and you can see the spatial reference. This is very important. You need to provide the spatial reference also. So based on the geography, it also considers the projection system which you need to take. So we have taken this at WGS 1984. And you see in the below there's a map style by column. So these are the attributes which we have taken in the Excel sheet, like how you want the distribution of the point. So let's say you can see there's a change map theme is there. If I have taken a single number, it will give me a heat map, it will give me a location base. If I change on a basis of type of institution, I can see that unique symbols or locations. So I can do anything and I can add data in my map. So you can see we can arrange maps also. So both the sheets and the data is side by opening. So I can see like in this south area, this is the major colleges or the education institute of related to veterinary and animal science are associated on this level. So there are some of these, they can see like with the existing colleges, they can see like some of the educational institute which they need to tie up, they can extend it. Also you can see these are the different color symbology. So you can see the labeling also or these legend also. So these are some are the extension or education college, some are the clinic, some are the distance education. So you can highlight like this is the distance education college. So I can do the selection like which is the distance education college. So same it is dynamic. We were talking about that it's a dynamic feature. If I select it and select in the Excel, this is the college which is the name as having a distance education college. Also, you can have a complete room like which is that area where this is distributed, and also you can further do the labeling basis on the college of name, address or landline, email ID. Select the name of the unit. So whenever I click on any of these, it is showing me this is a laboratory animal medicine college. Any college you can do the labeling. Now further there's a lot of other features are there. You can change the base maps which are the part of the ArcGIS enterprise. And zoom in, you can change it to imagery level, imagery with the labels. So you can take any data which you wanted to see, what's on the background, whether it's falling on a right direction, what is the references there. So you can see like which is the image, and then you can also choose the other different base maps, or you can also engage the some OpenStreet maps also. Okay. So any of the base maps which are the part of the platform can be integrated in the system. Now you can see there's a lot of other features also there. Like if I click on any of my feature, you can see you can do the nearby features. You can also have a pop-up settings. So like if I don't want my every data should be coming, so I can only have a name of unit or address, or let's say some of the people would like only the mail ID should be reflected or a mobile number. So I can on and off the some of the things. I don't want a location or something. So I can do that in the selection. This is the pop-up settings. You can configure that with pop-up settings. I can also do the find nearby. So let's say from this college, I want how many in a 10 miles or something in a 50 kilometer. How many colleges are covering? I want that list of that colleges. So it will save a search as a layer also. So you can save this result as a layer also. You can save next, run analysis. So you can see within a 50 kilometer buffer, it has selected some of the data sets. And in the right side, you can see in the Excel, I wanted to see what all these existing colleges or the universities are there, which I wanted to see and share the list with one of my senior team or my leadership team. So I can see the highlighted selected rows. So you can see in this Excel sheet, it is an interactive. As I have selected in a map, the colleges which are being selected in this sheet, it is highlighted. Now you can see show all rows. You can export these selected rows into another feature or a worksheet. This can be done. All these things you can do. You can run analysis, or you can save this analysis further, or we can go back in my. You can also click and drag a triangle and select. You can, with the selection, all these things you can perform. So now you can see this different layers are, we have created layer of buffer. So if I off this, you can see this buffer layer is also saved in my data set. So we have created another layer also using the Excel map. There's a lot of other properties also exist. Let's switch to the presentation and then we will come. So we have seen like how we can add the data into our Excel. Either it is a column level or it is a city type. Various ways we can add the data in a table. Now the next, we can also do the symbology, which I was showing you. Like you can do the different basis on the values which are already there on the Excel, or you can also add the data which is already linked in your organization account. So let's say if in my organization account, I have some boundary layer or some administrative boundaries or some infographics or some portal data which has some, let's say, coverage of area or my roadmap, anything I would like to add, I can add in this existing Excel data to the map. So we will show that in a, and we can save this as an Excel workbook also. So these are not web map items you are creating. So web maps are generally part of the ArcGIS Enterprise and online, but you are creating, these are the Excel based maps. So these are the all tool and capabilities which are there in the our Maps for Office environment. You can see, you can lay a card. You can, starting from very first, it is showing the legend property, showing the layers. You can add Excel data, add ArcGIS data using the existing organization account. You can enrich the data with the demographic data. You can add the different base maps. You can change the base maps. You can share to ArcGIS portal. You can create PowerPoint slide, make a copy of map, search, and all these tools are with you. This is your layer card, and you can, in this layer card, there we can see this is another button which is the setting button is there, through which you can create the different symbology, labels, pop-ups, perform analysis, data enrichment, and infographics, and create the reporting, and then you can share the layer. So how you can change the legend, how you can do the layer symbology and settings. And these are the different symbologies which are present in your ArcGIS Map for Office. Like you can have a single symbol, you can create the heat map, you can create the unique symbols, counts and amounts in terms of symbology. So maybe you can have a different kinds of symbol based on your requirement. You can design this. And then you can also do the labeling also and the clustering also. So let's say if you have a huge sum of data in your Excel, like if you have a 2000 or multiple thousands of records, you can do the clustering also. And you can do the labeling also based on the whatever the attribute you would like to associate with that. Like I would like to say the name of the, or any concentration value, or any rated KVA value, or any value which is there in the attribute, you can associate with that. And then you can analyze the data, which we have shown you, like how you can do the nearby analysis, you can export the data, you can do the hotspot analysis, and you can do the clustering, which we'll show you in this slide further them. You can do all these operations and everything you can perform in your Excel. So let us see this clustering and all. So we were showing you this data, how we have linked and arranged maps. So you can see this is the distribution of data is there. And here you can see this layer is having this settings button, layer settings. If we click on a layer setting, there are other properties have been enabled. So starting from first, this is the layer styling. So you can see clicking, going back again, showing you this is the style, analyze data and share. In the layer styling, I can change on the basis of my attribute. I would like to only basis of a single number or unique symbols. I can give any kind of symbology to my this data, any kind of colors. I want change in the symbology, change in the size. So I can change some of the selected features also, and then on a basis of this also, then basis of this, and you can create the heat maps also. Very easy to create different color symbology, like how the distribution. So you can see a lot of colleges are here. It can be anything, sales data or something. You can do the different kinds of hotspot analysis also. And then you can see that the location symbol single also. And then we have these kind of different feature, like if you are using this as a single feature, you can take the benefit of the ArcGIS, different these images, like you wanted to have a general infrastructure. I want this is a education college, so I can give any symbology. Let's say I have given this symbology, I can increase the size, so I can take this also in another. So how you can do the multiple symbology? Let's say now another is the clustering point. So through the clustering, you can see here the 27. As I zoom in, it will increase the. So here you can do the settings in terms of cluster radius, cluster color, cluster number color. So number color you can also choose, like which color you wanted to see on top of this. So all these settings you can perform. Cluster radius, let's say. So it is showing you more colleges, or maybe. So all these settings you can perform in the clustering points also. Another is the labeling. Labeling is very important, like, because if you have a large sum of data sets, you would like to understand what is this feature. And so any of the important point, let's say I would like to name a type of institution or maybe a name of unit. So I can go here, I can give the a different color and bold, maybe something which is, you can check with the placement also. You can keep in a center, below, on the side, and then your data will be, and also the visible range. Like if you have seen that it will go zoom in, so you can set the visible range. Once I zoom in, it will show me my labels. So you can all do all these settings which are available in the ArcGIS itself, is available in the Map for Office also. Further, you can do the hotspot analysis. We have shown you, you can save these layers also doing the hotspot analysis. And then you can find nearby. You can enrich your data with the adding the additional demographic data. So let's say if your organization or the ArcGIS gives you the particular total population data, or maybe some average household size. So I can add these key demographic factors also, age, 5-year increments, male population, female population. And I can add these columns. What if you see enriching data means, like you can add this data in your Excel sheets also. So like if I would like to add total population, I just giving any of the my table, and it will add data to worksheet. So it is the populating the data in my Excel sheet also. So if you see here, it is the total population data has been coming. So it will populate your data inside the Excel also. So you can see it has added this table of total population based on the area. So you can see this is populating, it is increasing because some processing is going on here. So it is now this table cell. So you can see based on this data you have enriched your Excel also. So we have added this enriching data also. And also you can see in this, you can create the pop-ups, and then you can export this layer also in a different format in a file or a worksheet also. So these are the some of the things. Another you can see in the top of like you have seen this is information is there. You can rename your data. You can map. Okay. You can name it, and you can also make a copy of layer. Okay. So when I made a copy of layer, you can see same copy is being created, and here I can do the layer styling based on type of institutions. Okay. So I can do basis on this also, and this is my another layer which is being there. So if I make a copy, you can see I have worked on another level, I can do that. Then you have seen all the characteristics and the properties which are associated with this. Now you can see in this also you can share this map in your organization data. Also, we were talking about you can add data from ArcGIS. So you can see this is your ArcGIS data. This is the same credentials where I log in. You can have a living atlas data, and you can have any kind of data which is existing there. Like if I would like to have a India boundary or something, these are some of the free content which is available in the living atlas. We just added this. You can see this is new feature. This is boundary has been added, and it is available in your admin boundary. So you can see this admin boundary has been added. So you can add existing data also, and then you can add the different demographic cards also. So based on the state which you are working, like you are working for India, so you can add this India data. Yeah. So this is India, like you wanted to have income data, you can add. So here in this is, these are the different cards which you can see the information is coming. See, and you can see these are some MBR data which is 2020. It is latestly updated by MBR, and you can add all these particular variables over age data. You wanted to see, like this is the last census data, where what is the age. So all these demographics data you can add, and further you can share this map with the name of like this is my institute's data. You can share, I was talking about you can share a different level of information to different groups also. So you can share everyone in the organization. You can share to specific groups also. That's the property of the enterprise. And you can share. Once it will share, you can see it is showing the status. It will be available on my enterprise. So once it will share, I will show you what the information is there. Let's switch back to the presentation, what all other properties are there. We have seen the analyzing the data sets, and one of the very important factor which we can see is the time animation. So you can see the time animation, a data type field needs to be added. So if you have in your Excel the time information, so you can do the time animation also in the Excel, and you can autoplay, you can configure that, and you can see the like how in the last 10 years the population growth happens or the change in the income level happens. So all this you can see using the time animation. You can enrich the data which we have shown, like you can add in your Excel the existing data which is available in the demographic, like total population or household size, male population. So whatever the existing data sets are there, you can add that in your Excel also and further utilize that. So you can see the population. We have shown you in the demo like how you can add the population data. These are the demographic cards which we have seen, like you can see the average household card, income cards, all this you can see. Now you can configure the pop-ups which we have shown you. You can control which attributes you can display. You can set the alias names also, and the infographics. So I will show you like how you can create these infographics also and the reports also. So this is the raw report. Once you have added the demographic data in your systems, you can add the reports also. And then you can share data in your system. So let's show you the demo, the time animation thing, how you can see the time animation and how you can have this. So you can see this data has been shared into the system, and you can see we were talking about like how you can see the reporting into this. And as I have added these different kinds of data like households and everything, in the second tab there's an infographic button is there where you can get the infographics detail. So in this, this is the particular 1 mile ring, what is the average for India. So it is showing the, and then I would like to generate a report for Indian demographics or anything with a radius for 20 miles from that point where I clicked, it will create a report. So you can see it will generate a complete demographic report along with the location. So this report you can further utilize. So multiple reports can be created. This is the only demographic reports. You can have a male population, female population. So multiple reports you can generate. So this is for basically that. Now let's show you one of the demo for the how you can have a time animation. So this is the one of the data which is having a solar, like you are talking about, like a lot of renewables are working on for establishing the renewable energy, and a lot of companies or the organization are working for towards the renewable energy setup. So these are the different solar plants which has been set up. So basically for the renewable industry, let's say they wanted to understand like how many solar assets are available in their complete India. So say just wait, I will take in Excel and add data. Okay, and then you can see the coordinates it is taken, and the my projection system 84 map theme on a basis of count or a time unique symbol. So I have a capacity also of all the solar asset plants or the agency or a state wise, anything you can, or either you run, you can add the data. So you can see these are the complete distribution of my solar plants all over the India. And I can further do the lot of things. I want the label to be done based on their name. I have done the labeling. Okay. And I can do the styling change also with the different symbology also. You can change, or maybe you can have any kind of general infrastructure or any government infrastructure, because this can be maybe a government activity. You can take any of the feature and then the size, rotate, symbol, anything you can do. Through this I can cluster points also. I can, this we have shown, you can label, you can do hotspot analysis, everything you can do. So now my data is ready. I can see like where the distribution is there. Now you can see like it has also my data has also a time information, like when these have been installed or this has been. So when you click on any of these data, let's say settings, you can see in this there's a time animation tab is there. Enable and configure time settings. I enable time settings, and there's a configuration button is there. And you can configure time animation, and you in the below you can see there's a tab is there. Okay? And you can configure like whether how you wanted to see it is a, let's say year wise, 1 year it has a 3 years data. So starting from the 2014 when I start, you can see there's only one solar plants are there, but in the 2050 solar plants has been increased, and now it is all over distributed. Or maybe I can have some maybe in terms of. So now you can see how it has been increased. Earlier it was one in the, then in an year, slowly the changes has been come, and then it is increased as per time. In the 2015 it is 14, and they have increased a lot of solar plants, and now with the government initiative, a lot of other solar plants are also being established. And how you can create the time animation and then see like from how the changes have been done. So then further you can share this data on your organization. And I can off this time there. If you wanted to have, you can share. Once this data is shared, the very good part is this data is available, will be in enterprise. You can add more ArcGIS data also on top of this, like if I add my some of the living atlas data in India. You can see India data is available. I can add my average household sizing. Okay, add to map. So you can see there's a 2 layers are there. In here, I will just off the time animation. So you can see all this different kind of data we can add in this. And now we can all these data further also. You can share this map and you can create the slide of map. Let's say I wanted to focus on this area and I will, you see there's an above, there's a button is there, create slide. Once I click in this, you can see a slide is there, which is available in my presentation. So you can see the slide has been added. And same way, you can also use the PowerPoint also to access that. Let's switch to presentation, then we'll show that. So I've seen like how we have shared the data to our ArcGIS. We can share data and then we can access the data also. We'll show you how we can access it. You can see this data has been shared to either ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Enterprise, and then you can create the slide. Also, the shared data you can log in through the ArcGIS. Once I have shared my data, I can open any of the PowerPoint presentation. I can add web map from my ArcGIS. I can whatever the sharing I have done, and I can also have an interactive map to my presentation. So let's you can see you can select data and then how you can configure and select layout. So let's show me the how you can do with the PowerPoint. So let's say I'm open any of the PowerPoint. Okay. This is a blank PowerPoint, blank presentation. I add a new slide. Blank. Okay. If you see in the PowerPoint also there's an ArcGIS Map tab is there. Okay. Once this ArcGIS Map tab is there, you need to have sign in with the same credentials, because as I have another was open one. Okay. So I was in a presentation mode, so I need to click on sign in. Once I sign in, you can see there's an add map button is there. Okay. Once you there's a two-way how you can present data in your presentation. One is either you can copy slide, which we have shown. Another is way we have just published our solar data, let's say. So I can show in my content or any of the living content data. You can go here and you can add data. Okay. Once you add data, it is showing you data is here. Okay. And then you need to next. You need to choose layers and legend which you wanted to show on your data. Like this is some index source, India boundary and everything. And then layout. So how you wanted to see in your presentation, you wanted to fill slide or something. So let's say I fill slide. And my data I need to adjust, like it should come here like that, and then insert map. So you can see the data is there in the map. The best part is how let's say I have to do a presentation to my management or something. I have this data as an interactive data. Once you can see there's above, there's a click here to unlock map. Once you will do in a slideshow mode, your data is available as live data, as an interactive data. So same data which you have seen in there, this will be available in an interactive mode. You can on and off layers, you can work on different layers, you can click on any of the feature and then you can see the information associated with that. And all these things you can do. You can you can have a polygon data, because this you can see these are the polygon boundaries. You can have a line data, you can have a point data, anything you can display. So you can see these are the two sides of data, like a polygon and point. You can have other set of data also. So once your presentation is finished, you can exit live mode and you can have the presentation shareable. So through this you can have a live presentation included in your presentation, which will make you more efficient, and it will be presentable to your organization and will give you more insights. Yeah. So we have shown you how you can configure and lay out the data. So just to add on, there's a lot of other capabilities are there. We have shown you almost most of the capabilities. These are the some major capabilities which exist in the Maps for Office. And how it is supported, so is it like it is supported from Microsoft Office 2013 till the Microsoft Office 365. So it is supporting all the versions also. And it is supported on ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Enterprise 10.3 or later. So these are the supported versions and environment. And there are a lot of resources are available if you want to learn, you wanted to experience, a lot of learning paths are there and discussions and help documentations are there. So you can go in anything on these links and you can explore that. These links are really accessible easily on a web browser, so you can get that. And there is also a GeoNet community. So you already aware of that if ArcGIS is having a GeoNet community where different users can interact easily and they can share their stuff. This is a community for each of the industries, like so Maps for Office is also, or ArcGIS for Office also have a global community where users can find solutions, they can share their ideas, and they can collaborate to solve problems with GIS. And it is a way to help you do a job better. So it is like if you are facing any of the issues, you can post there, or people post their issues, they get the revert, and any recent update also they can get. So this is a very good site. Please start exploring or posting your queries or engage with the customers also. And so that's it for the today for the Maps for Office. We have also our next webinar session, which is planned on December 22nd, which is on ArcGIS solution templates and how you can create different apps, maps, and data model using the faster way, using the solution templates.